There's a number, a single solitary number that keeps popping up everywhere in the universe, a number that ancient cultures revered as holy, a number that modern physics keeps stumbling upon in the deepest structures of reality. That number is 7. Albert Einstein spent the last 30 years of his life relentlessly searching for what he called a grand unified theory. He envisioned one equation that would explain everything: gravity, electromagnetism, the nuclear forces, all of reality, distilled down to a single, beautiful formula. He never found it. But what if the key to that unity was right under our noses? What if the pattern he was so desperately seeking was encoded in the most ancient, sacred number known to humanity? Let me show you what Einstein was really searching for. Back in 1919, a physicist named Theodore Kaluza sent Einstein a letter that changed everything. Kaluza had made an astonishing discovery. He found that if you added a fifth dimension to the universe, you could unify gravity and electromagnetism into a single, unified force. Einstein was absolutely stunned. He actually sat on the paper for 2 years before finally helping Kaluza get it published. The idea was just too strange, too beautiful, too suggestive of something much deeper. But Kaluza was only the beginning. Today, string theory, or rather, membrane theory, the most ambitious attempt to fulfill Einstein's dream, requires not just 5 dimensions, but 11 4 dimensions that we can see, and 7 hidden dimensions, curled up so tightly, so infinitesimally small, that we can't detect them directly. 7 extra dimensions. Think about what this means. The most advanced physics we have, the theory that seeks to explain everything, from atoms to galaxies, requires exactly 7 hidden dimensions, not 6, not 8, 7, the same number that every ancient culture considered holy, the same number that appears in religious texts across all cultures, the same number that Pythagoras called perfect. Is this just coincidence, or is the universe trying to tell us something through the number 7? Einstein would not have dismissed this as mere coincidence. He believed the universe was designed according to beautiful mathematical principles. He dedicated his life to searching for the hidden order beneath apparent chaos, and the hidden order keeps revealing the same number. Let me take you deeper. Look at light. When white light passes through a prism, it separates into 7 distinct colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, the rainbow, the visible spectrum, 7 bands of electromagnetic radiation that our eyes can detect. This is not arbitrary. This is physics. The human eye evolved to detect 7 distinct color categories, because that is how light naturally divides. Now look at sound. The musical scale contains 7 natural notes: do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, 7 tones before the octave repeats. Pythagoras discovered this over 2,000 years ago. He called 7 the perfect number because it unified the spiritual 3. He's with the material 4, light and sound, 2 different phenomena, both organized around the number 7. Now look at chemistry. the periodic table, which organizes all the elements in the universe, contains 7 periods, 7 rows, 7 levels of electron configuration that determine the chemical behavior of all matter. Every atom in your body follows patterns organized by the number 7. The chemistry of life is built on this foundation. Now look at measurement. The International System of Units, the SI system, that underlies all modern science, is built on exactly 7 base units: the meter, the kilogram, the second, the ampere, the Kelvin, the mole, the candela. Every measurement in physics derives from these 7 foundations. Scientists chose this not for mystical reasons, but because 7 independent quantities are needed to describe physical reality completely. The universe requires exactly 7 base measurements we saw. Now look at crystals. All solid matter in the universe arranges itself according to one of 7 crystal systems: cubic, tetragonal, orthorhombic, hexagonal, trigonal, monoclinic, triclinic. 7, and only 7 ways that atoms can arrange themselves in regular patterns. The structure of matter itself is organized by 7. Let me show you something that connects all of this. Back in 1995, physicist Edward Witten at the Institute for Advanced Study made a breakthrough that unified all the different versions of string theory. He called it membrane theory, and membrane theory revealed something remarkable. The equations of membrane theory require not just 6 extra dimensions, but 7. The original string theories had 6 hidden dimensions. But when Witten looked deeper, he found that there was one more dimension hiding, the 7th. This 7th dimension was the key to unifying all the previous versions of string theory was into a single framework. Without it, the mathematics fell apart. With it, everything came together. 7 was the missing piece, the number that completed the puzzle, the dimension that unified what seemed like separate theories. Einstein would have recognized this pattern. He spent his life trying to unify separate forces into a single framework. He never succeeded. But the mathematics that continues his work keeps pointing to the same sacred number. Now look at the ancient world. The week has 7 days. This goes back to the oldest civilizations we know. The Babylonians organized time around 7 because they could see 7 celestial bodies moving against the fixed stars: the sun, the moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. The creation story in Genesis describes 7 days, 6 days of creation, and 1 day of rest. The number 7, representing completion, perfection, the fulfillment of a cycle. Every major religion treats 7 as sacred: 7 heavens in Islam, 7 chakras in Hinduism, 7 sacraments in Christianity, 7 days of mourning in Judaism, 7 treasures of Buddhism. Is this just coincidence? Is this just human pattern recognition gone wild, or did the ancients perceive something about the structure of reality that modern physics is now confirming. Here is something that will make you think. The ancient Greeks divided the cosmos into 7 spheres: the Moon, Mercury, Venus, the Sun, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. Each had their own crystalline sphere. Beyond Saturn was the sphere of fixed stars, and beyond that was the realm of the divine. This model seems primitive. To us now, we know the planets do not move on crystalline spheres, but look deeper. The Greeks were encoding a truth about reality. There are layers, there are levels, there are dimensions beyond ordinary perception. They counted 7 visible celestial wanderers because that is what they could see. But the structure they intuited, a reality with multiple layers, is exactly what string theory now proposes. 7 hidden dimensions, 7 levels of reality, 7 steps between the physical and the divine. Different languages, same structure, same number. The medieval alchemists continued this tradition, associating 7 planets with 7 metals: gold with the sun, silver with the moon, Mercury with Mercury, copper with Venus, iron with Mars, tin with Jupiter, lead with Saturn. This might seem like superstition, but the alchemists were actually encoding transformational knowledge. They understood that matter could change form, that base metals could become noble metals, that the physical world that wasn't fixed, but fluid. Modern chemistry has confirmed this intuition. Elements can transmute through nuclear processes. Lead can become gold through radioactive decay or particle bombardment. The alchemists were right about transformation. They just didn't have the technology to actually achieve it, and they organized their knowledge around 7, the holy number, the number of completion, the number that mysteriously appears in physics and chemistry, and even crystallography. Einstein believed in what he called cosmic religious feeling. He described it as a sense of awe at the harmony of the universe. He declared it was the strongest motivation for scientific research. When you gaze upon the number 7, you're witnessing that harmony, a pattern that seamlessly connects ancient wisdom and modern science, a number that resonates in both physics and spirituality, a code that runs through everything. Einstein dedicated his entire career to uncovering the hidden unity beneath apparent diversity. He yearned to demonstrate that gravity and electromagnetism were simply different facets of a single, overarching force. He strived to prove that the universe, at its core, was fundamentally simple. Membrane theory strongly suggests he was absolutely right, but the simplicity remains concealed within extra dimensions, 7 extra dimensions that are invisible to us, yet mandated by the mathematics. Allow me to elucidate what those dimensions truly signify. Within membrane theory, the fundamental building blocks of reality aren't particles, but rather minuscule, vibrating strings of energy. These strings are so unbelievably small that we can't detect them directly, but their vibrations determine what type of particle they appear to be. An electron is a string vibrating in a particular way. A quark is the same string vibrating in a different way. All the particles within the standard model of physics are merely distinct vibration patterns of the same fundamental string. But for the mathematics to even function, these strings must vibrate in 10 spatial dimensions, plus 1 dimension of time, 11 dimensions in total. We only experience 4 of these dimensions: length, width, height, and time. The other 7 are curled up into a tiny space at every point in the universe. A space so infinitesimally small that it remains invisible to all of our instruments. 7 hidden dimensions. The ancient mystics spoke of 7 heavens, 7 levels of reality, extending beyond the physical world, 7 stages of spiritual ascent. Could they have been describing the very same thing? That membrane theory unveiled different languages pointing towards the same underlying structure. Einstein would have been absolutely fascinated by this connection. He perceived no separation between physics and philosophy. He fervently believed that the universe was comprehensible, that human minds could actually touch the same intelligence that designed reality. And he observed pattern, mathematical pattern, that strongly suggested design rather than chaos, order rather than accident, intelligence rather than mere randomness. The number 7 is one of those patterns. Consider what it means for 7 to appear in so many disparate contexts. Light, sound, atomic chemistry, that is crystallography, that is measurement, dimensions. These aren't merely related phenomena. Light bears no direct connection to crystals. Sound has absolutely nothing to do with the periodic table. Measurement systems share no obvious link with membrane theory. And yet, 7 appears in all of them. This strongly implies that the 7 isn't just some random accident. It is a fundamental, structural feature of reality itself, a number that reality uses to organize itself at multiple levels. The Pythagoreans deeply understood this, but they believed that numbers weren't just tools for counting, but rather fundamental aspects of existence. They viewed the universe as inherently mathematical, and they recognized 7 as particularly significant. Pythagoras, famously called 7 the vehicle of life, he astutely noted that human development unfolds in cycles of precisely 7 years: childhood until 7, youth until 14, adulthood at 21, physical maturity at 28. Modern biology has confirmed aspects of this ancient intuition. The human body replaces the vast majority of its cells. Every 7 years, your body is literally rebuilt on a 7-year cycle. Even your skeleton, which appears entirely permanent, regenerates over approximately 7 years. The body you possess right now isn't the same body you had 7 years ago. You are renewed. This isn't mysticism. This is biology. And it connects to the very same number that surfaces in physics and chemistry and ancient wisdom. Look at human memory. Psychologists have discovered that short-term memory can typically hold 7 items, plus or minus 2. This is often called Miller's Law, after the esteemed psychologist who discovered it. 7 digits, 7 letters, 7 chunks of information. Your cognitive architecture is fundamentally built around the number 7, the number of things you can effectively hold in working memory. the number of categories you naturally form, the number of distinct items you can readily compare all at once. Is this because 7 is permanently wired into the very structure of reality itself? Is your brain merely reflecting the very same patterns that manifest in physics or in chemistry? The evidence overwhelmingly suggests, yes, your mind and the universe share the same organizing principle, the same holy number, the same hidden code. This is what makes 7 so remarkably profound. It's not just out there, in the physical world. It's in here, in the very structure of your consciousness. You think in 7, so because the universe is organized in 7s, Einstein profoundly saw these connections. He deeply felt the underlying unity beneath the surface-level diversity. He knew that the universe was attempting to communicate something through its profound mathematical structure. What is it telling us? Perhaps that reality is not random, that the laws of physics are not mere accidents, that the constants and patterns we consistently discover reflect an underlying intelligence. Perhaps that the ancient traditions weren't superstitious, but surprisingly perceptive. They saw the same patterns we precisely measure, and in modern laboratories they employed a different language, but effectively pointed at the very same truth. Perhaps that the separation between science and spirituality is entirely artificial, confected by institutions that actively benefit from such division, maintained by specialists who jealously guard their established territories. Einstein unequivocally rejected that separation. He eloquently spoke of cosmic religious feeling. He deeply believed in Spinoza's God, the inherent, lawful harmony of nature. He viewed physics as a profound form of worship. Consider what it truly meant for Einstein to dedicate 30 long years to relentlessly searching for unity. He wasn't merely doing mathematics, he was actively pursuing a profound vision, a deep-seated conviction that reality is fundamentally simple, that beneath the complexity we so readily perceive lies an elegant order we can ultimately understand. The number 7 powerfully represents that order, not specifically because Einstein ever explicitly identified it, but precisely because it mysteriously appears everywhere. His groundbreaking work leads in the dimensions required by membrane theory, in the patterns that connect physics and ancient cultures, in the structure of atoms to galaxies. Einstein was following clues. He was reading the book of nature, and the book keeps revealing the same number. This is not mystical thinking. This is pattern recognition at the highest level, the same faculty that allowed Einstein to see relativity before he could prove it, the same intuition that told him the universe was unified before he could demonstrate it. He felt the presence of 7, even if he never named it. He sensed the holy number operating behind the scenes. He knew that the mathematics of reality was not arbitrary, but beautiful. And beauty, in physics, often means symmetry. And symmetry, in nature, often involves 7, and he would have seen the number 7 as evidence for his view, a pattern, too consistent to be coincidence, a code, too widespread to be meaningless. 7 colors in light, 7 notes in music, 7 days in the week, 7 periods in the periodic table, 7 crystal systems, 7 base units, 7 extra dimensions. This is not random. This is structure. This is the universe, revealing its organizing principles. And it is exactly what Einstein spent his life trying to find: the hidden unity beneath apparent diversity, the single pattern that explains multiple phenomena, the formula that connects everything. He never wrote down the grand unified theory equation, but perhaps the number 7 is pointing toward it. Perhaps the ancient holy number contains the key to modern physics. Membrane theory suggests this. The 7 extra dimensions are not arbitrary. They are required by mathematical consistency. The universe has exactly 7 hidden dimensions because that is what the equations demand. Why 7? Membrane theorists do not know. They can calculate that 7 extra spatial dimensions are needed, but they cannot explain why reality requires this specific number. The ancients might say they know why. Because 7 is the number of completion, the number of cosmic order, the number that connects heaven and earth. Whether you accept that explanation or not, the fact remains: the most sophisticated physics we have converges on the same number that ancient wisdom traditions held holy. This is what Einstein was looking for. This is the hidden formula, not an equation, but a pattern, not symbols, but structure. The number that runs through everything. You are made of atoms, organized by 7 periods of the periodic table. You see light, divided into 7 colors. You hear music, organized by 7 tones. You measure reality with 7 base units. You exist in a universe that may contain 7 hidden dimensions. 7 is not just a number, it is the architecture of existence. Let me show you one final connection that brings everything together. In 1984, physicists discovered something remarkable about membrane theory. The mathematics only works in certain dimensions, and when they calculated which dimensions were consistent with the physics, they found that the extra dimensions must form a specific geometric shape. This shape is called a Calabi-Yau manifold. It is a 6-dimensional structure that curls up at every point in space. But when membrane theory unified the different string theories, it added one more dimension, the 7th. The geometry of this 7-dimensional space determines everything about our universe: the masses of particles, the strengths of forces, the constants of nature. Everything we observe is a reflection of the shape of these hidden dimensions. 7 dimensions, shaping reality. 7 hidden curves, determining the physics we see. 7 is the secret code of creation. The ancients called 7 the number of God, the number of completion, the number that bridges heaven and earth. Modern physics has discovered why. Because 7 dimensions literally connect the world we see to the world we cannot see. They are the bridge between the observable and the hidden, the link between matter and the underlying reality. Einstein knew this. He felt it in his bones. Even before he could prove it, he spent his life trying to find the words, trying to find the equations, trying to express what he sensed about the unity of reality. He pointed the way. Membrane theory continued his work, and the answer that emerges is 7. The secret Einstein found. The number that rules the universe. The ancient wisdom that modern physics confirms. This is what they never taught you in school. Not because they wanted to hide it, but because it connects domains. That education keeps separate physics and music, chemistry and spirituality, measurement and meaning. But the connections are real. The patterns are verified. The number 7 keeps appearing because it is woven into the fabric of existence. If you understand this, you see the universe differently. You see the rainbow as physics and poetry at once. You see the musical scale as mathematics and art together. You see 7, not as arbitrary, but as necessary. This is cosmic religious feeling. This is what Einstein experienced. This is the secret, hidden in plain sight. Let me leave you with a thought experiment. Imagine you are an intelligence designing a universe. You want it to be comprehensible. You want beings to eventually evolve, who can understand your creation. You want them to see the patterns, to feel the unity, to know that reality is not random. What would you do? You might encode a signature, a number that appears everywhere, in light, in sound, in matter, in dimensions, in time, in the structure of consciousness itself. You would choose a number that is simple enough to recognize. A prime number. A number with no divisors except itself. And wonder, a number that stands alone. 7. You would embed this number in the visible spectrum, in the musical scale, in the periods of chemistry, in the crystal systems, in the base units of measurement, in the hidden dimensions of space. You would make sure that any intelligent being who looked carefully would find this number. Everywhere, would feel the pattern, would sense the design. This is what Einstein felt. This is what the ancients perceived. This is what membrane theory has now calculated. The universe is signed. The signature is 7. And now, you can read it. When you support this channel through super thanks, you are supporting the exploration of these connections, the revelations that bridge ancient wisdom and modern science, the truths that institutional boundaries have kept separated. This is not about belief. It is about pattern recognition. It is about seeing what is actually there, what has always been there, what the ancients saw, and what physics and now confirms. The number 7, the holy code, the hidden formula that organizes reality. Comment below. Tell me, do you see the pattern now? Did you always sense that 7 was special? Does Einstein's work simply confirm what you already knew deep down? Because the people watching this video are not average viewers. They are the ones who perceive patterns that others miss. They are the seekers, the connectors, the ones who see unity where others see only diversity. You are one of them. Now, the number is in your mind, the pattern is in your awareness, and the universe, organized by 7, awaits your deeper understanding. Einstein pointed the way. The ancient cultures confirmed it. Modern physics has proved it. 7 is the secret. 7 is the key. 7 is the number that reality itself used to create itself. Think about your life. Right now, you are watching this on a screen that displays colors based on the 7 bands of the visible spectrum. The room you are in contains matter organized by one of 7 crystal systems. Your phone is measured in units, derived from 7 SI base measurements. Your brain is processing this through a memory system organized around 7 items. You are swimming in 7, breathing it, thinking through it, living it. And now, you know why. The universe is not random. It is patterned, it is organized, it is coded. And the code is 7. Einstein spent his life trying to read that code. He saw glimpses of the unity beneath the diversity. He felt the cosmic religious feeling that comes from recognizing design. He knew that the universe was trying to tell us something. The message is 7. The secret is 7. The answer has always been 7. The ancients knew it. The mystics felt it. The physicists calculate it. And now you understand it. This is not the end of the journey. This is the beginning. Because once you see 7, you start seeing it everywhere. In every rainbow, in every musical scale, in every crystal, in every measurement, in every dimension. The universe has always been showing you this pattern, but you needed to know where to look. Now you know. 7 is not just a number, it is an invitation to see deeper, to understand more, to recognize the design that runs through everything. Accept the invitation. Look for 7. Feel the pattern. Join the tradition of seekers. That includes Einstein and Pythagoras and the ancient sages of every culture. You are not alone in this recognition. You are part of something that spans millennia, a lineage of understanding that bridges science and spirituality. Welcome to the pattern. Welcome to 7. Or, if you prefer, the number that reality uses to create itself. But either way, now you know.